Okay, so here's some basic instructions for Poker Minion. One feature it has now is that we can give all of the players an English name so that they're easier to recognize. What's happening here is tables are being opened, and all of these players we previously marked, what that means is we've changed their alias to match their ID. So now whenever we encounter them at the table, it just looks up its database and pulls up information on each player. At the moment we've got their stats displayed, but we can toggle between whether we want stats displayed, or we can click and now we can have their names displayed instead. And the reason for giving them English names is that it's easier to remember than just a bunch of numbers. So we can remember history with certain players. Here's another option where instead of having the name or the stats, we can just have it scrolling across if you like. Or you can alternate. Every 5 seconds it can switch between player name and their stats. If you need to remark someone on the table, you can just do use the F1 key or the wheel up key, put it on a player, and it will change that player's stats. If sometimes an ID might be read incorrectly, so you can just go on that player and quickly just push button F2 or the mouse wheel down, and that will just reread the database, so it'll update it. The colours of each player are determined by their stats. But what we're doing here is putting us on the wait list. There's different ways to be put on the wait list. We can either check the box on the GUI, or we can click on the numbers on the table, and that automatically puts us on the wait list. Here a seat came up. Coincidentally, it came up straight away. Poker Minion automatically takes it, and if you notice, all the notes on the players and their names, they were actually rotated to the correct position. And this is just showing how if you want to make notes on a player, you can just click on their name, type notes, and that'll be saved. I don't know how much value that will have now that there's a HUD that's come out. If it ever starts working properly, that HUD, then you won't really need this note feature. I've got it in there for now. We'll just see how it goes. I think the main part, the best function here for this feature is just having the names. Helps you to remember them, and those names are just taken from a list of English words and assigned randomly. Here I've just started up the HUD. I don't know if anyone has it working yet, but Poker Minion should be able to work with it. So like I say, it should help with the names there. At the moment, the colour of the of each marker is dictated by your settings in Poker Minion, but we could probably change it later on so it can take colours from the HUD. So I'm just flicking through the different ways to display the names and numbers again. You know, I don't know how much help the colour notes will be now that this HUD is coming out, but we'll see. The features I'm going to concentrate more on now are the wait list, the seating script, and the table control. The table control here at the moment is pretty basic. You just got a few different templates you can choose from, or you can move the tables yourself, manually set them up, and then save those positions. Table on the left there, again, we were on the wait list. A seat came up, so it grabs it straight away. All of our notes and labels have rotated to the correct position. The HUD there doesn't do that at the moment. It doesn't do a lot of things, but so the HUD hasn't actually moved. But hopefully they'll get that sorted out. Lots of other features I'm thinking of doing, including stacking tables. It's going to be possible to stack tables now. I've recoded everything here, so whereas before the tables had to be visible, now the tables can be hidden. It doesn't matter if the tables are hidden or even off screen, they can still be read. So we can stack tables and get it to automatically pop to the front when it's our go. Likewise, if we're on a wait list, we can have a separate pile of tables where we're on a wait list. and we don't need to actually be able to look at them. Just that when a seat comes up, it will pop to the front and take the seat. Sit out next big blind is another feature I'm looking to put in. If there's any other features you can think of, anybody wants, let me know. Here I've just exited that game and opening a new table. Now this table that's opening now is a fresh table where nobody has been marked, so they all come up as blank. They're all their original aliases there. So what we need to do is mark them all. We'd use the F1 key or mouse up, and if you just do it, if you do it on one player, it just marks the one player. If you do it anywhere else on the table, it marks the whole table. Or if you do it off all the tables, it goes through and marks all the tables in one go. So here it's just doing the first name, marks the first name, changes the alias to the ID now onto the second one, and you only have to do that once for each player. You can do it at a later date if you want to update their stats, but again, when the HUD's working, there may not be a need to do that. So the good thing is, a good way to start a session is open a load of tables, get everybody marked, put everyone on the wait list, and then just go and have your breakfast. And then when you come back 10 minutes later, you should have a load of tables open with the seat taken, and it's just waiting for you to start.